get back. We turn them all over to our contracted hiree, and we were awarded 1,400 credits each. So you have an additional 1,400 credits.
All right. I don't have any credits, so that's nice. Yay!
And speaking of crits, yeah, I need to
Oh,
go
and-
somewhere to get my crit yield.
What was it? Yeah, I need to get mine field too. 15 experience. Is that right?
20, wasn't it?
20? I think it was 20, yeah.
Yep, if you scroll up, it is 20 experience for everybody.
Wait, she's getting the 20 experience too for not being there? Wow. No, kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Hey, she got those crates back to the ship. You didn't have to push them as well as another player.
I have.
Would you
We
have
were
preferred
literally
you lost
joking.
your ship?
I made a joke. I go, who's going to be the one to tell Golda that we all died? I'm like, not it.
I mean, we did push on with me with a crit suffering 1 strain for each time I take an action. So
Oof.
And never went to
well.
medbay to steal a first aid kit.
That's right. Okay.
I'm glad
Didn't
I
have
was
time.
able to hold the fort down for you guys.
Oh,
I feel like I was completely useless and also mildly useful, so it's like a twofer.
There you go.
I mean, I was limited on what I could do, so I mean, I was partially
experience. Is that right?
Couldn't be fully effective because I had to work what actions I took and didn't take.
Well, yeah, when you're already hella damaged, what are you going to do?
I did good. I came out of it with only 6 strain out of 13.
Only.
All right.
20?
I mean, that was good. I managed it pretty well.
Fine.
What do I need to do get that healed?
So you're wanting to get some black market first aid? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I mean that, or what's I mean, I'm an actual bounty hunter, so what would it take to go to the bounty hunter group? Is that better, cheaper, or better service, or cheaper?
I mean,
or
it would
both?
cost you the same either way. How many purples is it?
3.
3 purple. Ooh. Do me a favor, roll me a D8.
I mean, there's random dice rolls for stuff.
Don't get scared. A 1. That's not bad at all. For your 3 purple crits, you can get it cleaned up for only 850 credits.
Wow.
So, Jim, how about me? I've got a 2 purple.
A 2 purple. Go ahead and roll me a D4.
Okay.
The problem with the medical costs having a spread. I want some randomness here for the first place you can get to. Oh, why would you do that?
Why? Because the dice always hate me.
Obviously, your crit required, almost as much care, as it's going to be 600 credits for you to get patched up.
And that's that's a actual pass on the heal.
Yeah,
credits?
it's healed up, no rolls.
Okay. I have deducted 600 credits and healed my critical.
That's expensive, but we will do it.
Yep.
I mean, it was better than doing it through a black marketplace, because that would have been plus 50%. I'm assuming you went to an open market,
Yeah.
Minute clinic,
like I said,
get patched up.
That, or like I said, for myself, I probably would have tried to go through the guild for more credible healer.
I mean, this is the Star Wars universe. Walking into a hospital with a gunshot wound does not get the police called on you.
However, it may get the Imperials called on you. So
I was just
conveniently,
looking to make sure not a botch job.
Right.
and yes, you guys go on off-camera shopping montage, so you can purchase any items you need until the next, screen swipe when you're in the middle of business. Then it's too late, unless you want to try picking it up where you are. So conveniently, we had a little poll on which job you guys wanted to take, and it seems like
I saw
somebody
not this poll.
it's on the
that's
Skype
okay.
chat. You missed out on a great vote. The Assassin's Mark is what won. So you guys, all as the specialist Mandos you are called over to the planet Sereno, which is in the inner rim. So we're talking money. Obviously, after your hospital visits, you guys need some HMO money.
Yeah. Yeah, that was expensive.
And from what you were told on the little splash sheet for the job, that a royal house would like a rogue agent who betrayed the house and fled into the outer rim, returned alive or dead, as well as some personal belongings. And y'all decided to take the job because you need the money. And you were told by one of your handy dandy little fixers that it's like $3 signs, dollar signs. So it's big mega bucks.
$3 sign. All right.
Come on, it's like when you order on DoorDash. Are you getting a $1 restaurant, a $2 restaurant, or a $3 sign
Right.
restaurant?
That's awesome.
Now, quick question. Are you guys going to go there and negotiate directly? Or are you going to use a professional arranger to make the deal for you?
Just taking all of
How
our
much
money.
is the? I was going to say, how much is the professional dealer going to take off the top?
Well, they get a clean 12%, but they also get you top dollar too, because the more they get you, the more they get themselves.
Right. So, how good of a talkie person do we have?
A good question.
Don't look at me.
Right. I'm not it.
This is why you
I'm
hire
more
a
not it than
professional.
you are.
Let me
True,
go look. I
but-
don't think I'm a talker.
Like I said, all
I've got
ones except for
green
coercion.
for charm.
You have what?
I've got 2 green for charm. Like I don't think so.
You're average.
Yeah, I think all of us are going to pretty much be average.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I just went talkie.
So tell us, Jim, what would the average price be versus what the professional would get us?
They'll get you at least 20% more and only charge you 12 because that's how great they are.
All right, let's do them then.
As long as we don't have to negotiate to get them.
Right?
Yep. So conveniently, you have a fixer who's setting you guys
I think he understands
up.
he's dealing with Mandalorians who take, jobs very seriously, and if he tries to renegotiate, he'll be talking to the end of our barrels.
And on the plus side, going through Joe, you get the nice separation from the client's payday to your payday, so that way there should be less tangibles connecting you to the job. So that's always nice.
Sure.
Okay, so this guy Joe Cross, Joe Cross, really? He's gonna be the person that crosses us. Is that what we're saying?
Maybe in the future, as he gladly gives you the price tag from the client, which is the gentleman that they're wanting return goes by the name Valos, and it is a huge payday.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you
It
can
looks
see,
like
the
it.
dollar sign.
Dead.
However, the client's got some special stipulations that they will give you in person for that payout.
There's stipulations?
There's stipulations.
Apparently.
For five
For
figures,
six.
you know, when he's talking about 75,000 credits alive or 50,000 credits dead, that's you're expecting some stipulations for that price tag. I'm like, that's solid down payment on a spaceship price tag.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And conveniently, I rolled obligation, and obligation came up for somebody, as Bram's notoriety is coming into play today. Bram, feel free to take 2 strain, and everybody else take 1 strain. Maybe they heard
I'm assuming our strain's cleared.
Yep, your strain should be all cleared up. You guys have had, we'll say, at least 3 weeks since that last job if you want to heal up 3 wounds if you had any. I'm like, maybe I should get on the
Only
same
3 wounds healed? Could I have used a stim pack to heal up 5 more?
Yeah.
You could totally have done that. So, Bram, just to let you know, your notoriety is coming into play. Obviously, because this guy was the house's spy master, maybe because you're a spy, your notoriety is getting around.
Your reputation precedes you.
Obviously, your group must now be known as Mando Impossible. Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum. Doo-doo-doo.
And are you guys going to go to the client's planet?
Sure.
Why not? It's a trap.
Oh,
It's not a Mon Calamari. It's not a trap.
We haven't rolled. Oh, no wonder I'm at the very top for some reason. I didn't roll.
Some people have.
We have several people who haven't rolled their.
I haven't.
Mine either.
I was way up at the top. I hadn't. So.
Our sneaky
For
spy
some
was
reason
the first one to
of
roll the
course.
dark side for me.
So
Yeah,
I synced the pool, but I didn't roll my destiny. What were because I didn't see where others had synced their pool.
Yeah, see, I didn't.
Well, it
see
won't
them.
show you when people sync their pool.
Yeah.
Right, but
No,
there's
but
a thing
it
here
showed
that
if
says
they were-
20 XP. The GM cleared the destiny pool, and then Bram Jeff rolled a destiny point. Was that this week? I thought it was last week.
That was this week.
That was this week.
Everything after the chat tips, at least I have a chat tips. So.
Okay, well there we go. I rolled 2 just now.
Beautiful. Thank
Okay,
you.
lots of balance to the force there. 3 light, 3 dark.
Great. We need it.
Okay, so your arranger basically gives you the go out and make us some money, honey, as the Toydarian female, totally gives you the coordinates to go and the clearance codes and to not brag about you, who you're there for, but you're supposed to be talking to the communications expert at House Torsic. They're a little lesser known but ambitious house on the planet that are tied to corporate dealings and private military business, if you know what I'm talking about.
No, but I like how you're talking about it. I like this accent.
You like this accent. So go find this guy and bring home the credits, warm or cold. I told him the best kind of spy to take out a spy is another spy. And I talked you up, Bram. I name dropped and everything. I even told him that you infiltrated a notorious pirate crew because you're that good of a spy. Yes, there's a gulp and there's your 2 strain right there.
Yeah.
I love how you're outing him as a spy. That's fabulous.
Those things happen.
I mean, on his downtime, he does walk around with a T-shirt that says "Kiss me, I'm a spy."
I mean, that does make it harder to hide. I get it.
So of course we get this screen swipe to your ship popping out of hyperspace in orbit of the planet-sized moon of Sereno. As you know, you basically in your control console give the coordinates, and you get the directions to go to a private mountain villa. As they tell you to please not communicate with anyone but this channel. You have clearance to land at the summer home of House Torsuk. And I'm assuming our pilot's going to fly casual and follow the orders, or are you going to hot rod and, maverick that shit?
No. We'll be all casual about it.
There's a time and a place. It's good.
There's no major pressing time or anything, right?
I mean, the longer you take, the harder your job might be, but...
Right, but I mean, we're moving, but we're not, like, trying to break anything or...
Okay, and as you come down into the planet, it's got this beautiful Alps-looking scene where you're flying these snow-capped mountains. As the person that you've been in contact with lets you know that a pair of escort craft from House Torsuk will escort you to the palatial estate. I like how they call it palatial estate. As you see two fighters basically get in sync on both sides of you, and one of the pilots totally gives you the thumbs up, as in, we're not here to mess with you, just escort you. And you follow the directions to the T, or you do any hot-shotty endangering stuff?
No. Follow directions.
Okay, just checking. I mean, I gotta give you some free will here. Okay, so you guys follow, and you see there's a bank of like 8 landing spots, and in 6 of the 8 there's these beautiful space yachts, and then there's 2 that are free, and they basically light up your heads-up display on the cockpit there of which one you're supposed to land on. And you see that there's a small group of looks like some kind of guards of some sort. They've got some armor on them, some basic rifles, nothing too fancy.
Okay.
You gonna go in there and be all fly casual?
Yep.
Okay. So you guys park the ship. We see the screen swipe as you guys are getting off the ship there, as a gentleman with some kind of finery on his armor that totally makes you think he is the one in charge out of all these mooks. Out of the 6 guys there, he steps forward, immediately pops a Imperial Roman looking salute to you guys, and says, "I am Captain Shorn. I've been ordered to escort you to the House Representatives."
Captain who?
Captain Shorin.
Shorin, thank you.
And he basically turns around, does a crisp little salute, mentions to his men that they are not to be interfered with, and they are allowed to enter the house's presence with any weapons they deem necessary, for it is part, and he looks back at you guys, of their religion. And kind of gives a little half smirk as he says that. Obviously, you're not the first Mandos he's dealt with.
And say, smart guy.
Mm-hmm.
As one guy almost does the finger of objection, he just looks at him and he puts the hand down. And they all give a unison nod as he gives you the 2 fingers follow us, and he proceeds to lead the procession with the soldiers basically wanting to flank you guys in like ceremonial positioning.
Yeah, right. That's okay. They can show their fear all they want.
Oh.
Right?
As you guys notice, this summer home, as it was referred to, is this huge opulent mega mansion, and it actually has a single turbo laser turret at the top of it as you guys go walking in, realizing that it's going to be no knockover if somebody wanted to take out this place. As we get the screen swipe, as you know, you totally see security personnel know every piece of weapon you've got, because on one of the display screens it shows each of you guys in a little hologram with dots pointing to each weapon that you're bearing that has an energy source.
So like TSA screening.
Yep. As they come to the double doors, and there's a white alabaster protocol droid that the captain gestures to, and the protocol droid steps on a pad, and the double doors open up, and you see there's this big, long 100-foot walkway with, it looks almost like stadium seating on the sides, court to be held, and then there's a very large trio of chairs, one bigger in the center with a gentleman on it in ceremonial armor, and to his side, a young woman who looks, barely out of her teens. He's, of course, for a human, he looks like he's in his 50s, maybe early 60s, but in immaculate, good-looking health. As he immediately sits up when he sees this five-some of Mandalorians in full armor, and he goes, and the board, not quite teenager anymore, looks up and kind of prims her outfit as he leans forward and totally reaches over and pulls a ceremonial sword that he puts in front of him, all Conan style, with his hands on top of the pommel, as he gestures, "Enter!" And the captain just gives you guys a smirk and says, "Good luck on whatever this job is that you're being hired for. But just know, if you cause any harm to the royal family, you will answer to me." And he kind of gives each of your T visors the eyeball. I'm going to, if you do anything stupid, I'm going to get stupid on you too.
Yeah, whatever. I just walk on.
Right. Over the comms, quite the pomp and circumstance for such a simple job, isn't it?
Right.
And they said that this is the royal family? I don't remember this being a royal family. Noble and royal are two very different things.
True.
In their own mind.
Someone in the group give me a perception or vigilance. I'll take either or.
All right, who's vaping?
Well, I think we're at the same place. You and I have 2 yellows, so.
Does anyone have anything better for perception, though?
I only have a yellow and 2 green.
I have a yellow and 2 green.
That's better than 2 yellow, I guess. Or well,
yeah, I kind of think the 1 extra die is better than.
Go for it.
One of you two.
Your pool is ready. Whoever's going to make it.
All right, here I go.
As you clearly see, there's lining the room, there's a lot of ceremonial suits of armor against the wall with ceremonial rifle all chromed out and ceremonial sword on the hilt. You realize with those 2 successes that they are not, in fact, ceremonial suits of armor. They're actually droids in armor. Just wanted to throw that out there for you. And what would you like for your advantage?
I figure flip a blue to whoever goes next.
Okay. So as you guys come up,
I don't have a strain to take back, so.
Well, you do have strain.
That's about the best.
Remember, your obligation came up, so you took 2 strain.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else takes 1 strain. So you, in fact, have 2 strain.
Oh. Well, I'll take a strain back instead.
As if you're just walking casual.
Yeah.
Okay. So the noble leader of this house as he likes to put it, gestures for you to come forward. And who am I addressing?
Well, whoever's got at least 2 green or more.
1, 2, 3, nodded.
Okay. Hi.
Looking is not part of my religion.
I step up. I am not the person who's supposed to be doing this, but I might be the only.
If you have at least 2 green, you're the more person to be doing this.
of the 5 evils that we have present, I might be the least of them. We picked the best option that we have, and all of our options are equally not right. So I step up and say, we understand that there is a person who has I'm stuttering because I'm trying to put it together. I'm trying to give me a second. Right. We were offered a task to complete for your house, sir. That there is somebody who has betrayed you and fled to the Outer Rim. And we understand that you would like this person returned to your house so that you may seek whatever redress is necessary with this person. We are here for the opportunity to complete this task for you.
As he just smiles at the way you surmise that so well and says, excellent. Your arranger has made sure that you are properly informed. I appreciate this. I am paying good credits to have Koro Valos, our once spy master for our house, returned to us. Apparently, Mr. Valos decided to bother himself with more than just being my spy master. And in fact, sought to seek attentions of those he should not have. And he immediately looks over at his daughter, who, with this mention and his look at her, and 5 Mandalorians who helmets slightly turn in her direction, she wilts like a little flower and blushes, immediately giving you that idea that maybe this spy master got a little too chummy with the future scion of the family.
Ooh,
and she
that's never a good idea.
At her father, then her reflection in each of your T-visors as she says, I said I was sorry, Father. I didn't know what kind of man Valos was. I thought he was a trusted member of our house. And he just, kind of dismisses her words with a backhanded, gesture to shush. And he says, this brigand not only took our family's coin and credits to do a job that only a spy is worthy of doing, but he also insinuated that he has further insulted our family with his relations with my child. And she literally wilts some more when he mentions this. And on top of it, he has stolen something important to me. And he, of course, wiggles the sword that he's got his hands on and lets it fall to the floor so it kind of clinks down the steps to you guys. He has stolen a family heirloom of ours, a sword just like that cheap replica at your feet. Only the true sword belonged to my forebears and was made of pure Kratosis. Those of you who know that, it's
pure what?
Cortosis. Uber metal that stops lightsabers, and it's almost as good as Mandalorian Beskar.
Oh shit, we might want to. I'm sorry, yes, sir.
I would like Koro Valos brought back to us, dead or alive, The only stipulation is my family's blade must come with him for the full reward. Your arranger negotiated the rates. I assume they are sufficient for you?
Yes. Yes, my lord.
And with these outlandish amounts of credits, I assume that you will not tell the other houses about the actions and be discreet?
Discretion is, of course, a byword for this group. There will be no mention from us that this has taken place.
It's insulting that he even should ask.
No, don't even start with talking about what's insulting, because then he's going to get insulted. He sounds like he's going to get mad just because we're here.
As he totally
to breathe his air.
Looks at you guys and then looks at his daughter and says, "About time I have someone who understands discretion in my presence." And you just see her, like, she wilts, hands in her lap. She shirks from his accusations.
Eyes on the floor.
Damn, he's being a little bit of a shit, isn't he? Like, and give the fucking girl a break. She admitted she made a mistake.
He pulls
that's
out
royalty for you.
A data spike and presents it to his daughter, and she gets up out of her little mini throne and takes the data spike and walks up to one of you, and she basically sticks her hand out to whichever one of you is putting your hand out as she comes up. Who is that?
It's clearly me.
Okay.
It's me.
So as Chef, she comes up and you stick your gloved hand out and she gives you the data spike, and he says, that data spike contains all the relevant the materials that we have on him. Valos has at least 3 identities which are contained on that data spike, as well as hollows of his various appearances, as he is well trained in changing his look and appearance. According to the coordinates on the last communication our house received from him, and he totally looks right at his daughter, and she sits back down with a huff. He is on the planet Nar Shaddaa.
Nar Shaddaa?
And apparently still has the Kratosis blade in his possession.
Can you spell where he is?
NAR.
Gladly.
Space. SHADA.
Thank you. Okay.
Also known as the Smuggler's Moon,
No,
and right
Ds.
above the Hutt's planet.
Oh, it's Hutt's planet. Okay.
Yeah, the Slug planet.
Got it.
And if what my communications officer said is true, he apparently has some dealings with the Dark Sun. For everybody out there, that's totally one of the mafias. If the Hutts are the Colombians, the Black Sun are basically the Armenians. Or Russians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a bunch of scumbags.
So when he talks about having connections with them, does that mean like he's buddies with them? Does that mean they hire him to do stuff? Like what level of connection are we talking?
You can always ask.
Yeah, so I did.
Okay. He
what
says,
you talking about, Will?
Apparently, his connections involved funneling funds from our house to the Black Suns on Nar Shaddaa. His connection must be adequate if he's to give them such sums. Perhaps he was playing both my house and their interests at the same time. He may, in fact, have just been using them to launder the credits. I don't know exactly. Unfortunately, I currently lack a spy master to find the answers out, which is why I've hired professionals and a spy master of your own renown. As he totally gestures towards Bram.
And we just
I'm
all
like-
stand there with our masks on.
Right? Like, if it's a good thing I'm wearing my mask because I'm not regulating my features. And I'm like in a side chat. Bram, what the fuck?
Obviously, Mandalorian helmets are better than sunglasses, so they can't see where you're looking.
Right?
Right?
Mhm.
Well, unless you have to tilt too
Yeah.
far. But
I'm like the murder bot who does not know how to interact with people, but does his very best.
As you will
Alright.
find on that data stick the last coordinates of where he was when he communicated with my daughter. And he totally winces when he says that.
Okay.
I have personally reviewed the transcripts of their conversation and know that there's no additional information that you need.
Well, if there's nothing else, we'll be on our way.
Okay, bye. Is there
And before waiting for a response, I turn and start walking out.
Anybody gonna say anything, or you're just gonna follow his lead?
I just nod, and if he doesn't say anything, I turn.
Right. If he says that he has no further data, I kind of stoop down a little bit and pick up the sword, and treat it like it's a sword, even though it's a piece of shit. And say, as this is useless, I'm assuming we can take it with us to make comparisons against what we find on his person. Is there any mark on this sword that we will not find on the original, so that he will not be passing another false sword on to us, that we can be sure that we have the correct one?
And when you say that, he rubs his chin and gives you this look like, son of a bitch, I've got proper villains in my presence. As he says, see, my child, this is why you hire true professionals that ask the right questions. That blade in your hands you may take, for we have a few other replicas to save face and pretend it is not missing. The blade of my father's father's fathers. As he looks at his daughter and she's just like deep. That blade is an exact replica of the one in this villain's hands. If you find anyone that wields the blade that is the match to that, it is definitely the person you are looking for.
Okay. Thank you. And I nod politely, take a step back, and then I turn as if I'm in the military and walk out. And nothing can be harmed with treating him with more respect than he deserves, but treating him with less respect than he deserves can get us fucked.
I'm a Mandalorian.
Especially if
we
he
treat
really
no
is a
one
noble.
but Mandalorians with respect.
You got respect. I didn't say anything bad to him.
Right? Exactly.
As you guys are walking out the last couple feet, you totally hear in the distance he clicks a button on his little throne, and he just, you get this immediate response of someone saying, yes, sir. And he says, transfer 10,000 credits to these Mandalorians' accounts immediately. I have a good feeling about them. And you hear, yes, sir. And by the way, you'll totally realize that when you get to the ship, yes, 10,000 credits are in your account.
All right.
So
he's giving you some spending money because he liked the fact that you didn't bother him with further negotiations.
See?
Hey, you're getting your money's worth for that 12%.
What's that?
You're getting your money's worth out of that 12%.
Right. Yeah, because if any of us spoke, the best thing we would get is a decrease in the cost that we're we know our strengths and our weaknesses.
Yep, 100%. I ain't arguing with nobody about nothing. Shoot. All right. So what's our next step, gang? I'm gonna go find this
ship and go to
Start
the
heading to
coordinates and go to
Nar
Nashta.
While we're on our way there, a couple of us should review what's on that data spike that he gave us. Again, 1, 2, 3, not it, but maybe our spy.
You guys are totally getting in the ship and you're getting the clearance and you're escorted off with the 2 fighters off the planet. You totally have the best up-to-date hyperspace coordinates. So it's definitely providing your astrogation check with a free upgrade and a blue. Because yes, they're giving you the best directions ever. And the data stick, as you plugged it in, totally shows you the last location on the planet of Nar Shaddaa is the Crimson Ember Cantina.
Crimson Amber what?
The Crimson Amber Cantina on Nar Shaddaa.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah, I just saw that. Thanks, David.
Yep. Yeah, no, I load up the coordinates off the stick before anybody tampers or plays with it.
Okay, so you're getting 2 blue, because we're totally carrying over Bram's blue from earlier, and an upgrade for your astrogation check.
Excellent.
Ready?
Yep, give me your astrogation, because you might know a shortcut.
Yep.
Holy crap, maybe I should put some purple in there. Okay, try that again.
Wow.
Here, I put in all your bonuses and not the difficulty.
And I asked you if you were ready. Really?
What?
How did that happen?
No, that's bullshit.
Okay, go ahead and roll that one more time and see what happens. There we go.
Fine.
There we go.
I don't know what that other
Still
roll
irritated, but it's better than ruining everything.
Anything for your 2 advantage.
I don't think we need a stopover, do we?
Not really. Even with that extra 2,000, I can't afford what I want, so.
Right? So we'll reduce the travel time.
Okay, you guys get there lickety split. As soon as you guys get travel time so you can seat yourself up, come up with any plans, any situations like that. Everybody heals up their strain because you had, plenty of time because it was a 3-day trip.
Yep. Oh, I heal back a last wound.
Is there any plans you guys are making on the ship?
I mean, I suppose if nobody is over the 3 days, I will be poking Bram. Come on, spy. This is your mission. Give us some guidance here. Come on, spy.
What have you got for us, bud?
Yep, there's the data chip. Do your perusing.
All right, what's the appropriate?
I got what I needed.
What's a good skill to use on this?
Well, what is it you're looking for?
I am. Other people have given to me. I would like people to tell me, what are we looking for?
Well,
so
I mean, start thinking about this tactfully. Right. We know that our bad guy is last seen in a cantina. We don't know if he's going to be there when we get to the planet, so maybe we should try casing the joint for a little while, looking out for this guy, asking around some. We know that he has at least three other identities. You'll probably want to study those identities. Is he a shapeshifter, or is he just really good at costuming? All things that you can get from the data spike. And approaches we can take when we get to the planet.
You'd find out later that he's Sherlock Holmes. Like, what the fuck?
Are you researching the data spike? I mean, are you even looking at the data spike?
Yeah, well, I mean, they did give it to me, and yes, I am going to research the data spike. What can I glean?
What would that is there a skill for that? Like, what is that?
So you can either go with a vigilance, which is the basic. You're reading the blah blah blahs and what the important details are, Or if you have some kind of spycraft, or you could go with underworld knowledge, or possibly streetwise.
I will try streetwise. That's going to be my best skill there.
You sell me on something. How about that?
What can I do to help is what I'm looking for, because I have 1 yellow and a green in vigilance. I've got 3 in streetwise. Is there something that I can be doing to assist with this?